Here's how you remove and replace your distributor cap or your distributor mounting seal on an 88 Cherokee or similar model. First thing you'll want to do is label your spark plug wires actually on the distributor cap, not like I did on the distributor wire or on the spark plug wires, but on the cap itself. That way you can remember the firing order. If you don't do that, you can refer to the firing order as shown here. Here it is on the 2.5 and 2.8 liter Jeeps. And here it is on the 4 liter and up Jeeps. You can also usually find it stamped on the engine. So once you do that, you can go ahead and remove your spark plug wires from the top of the distributor cap. And I've already done this, so everything's pretty loose. So remove those. Then you'll want to remove your wire that comes from your ignition coil, which is right here. So that one should go to the center of your distributor cap, right there. Remove that one. Then you want to remove the wiring harness. So it connects right here to this wire coming out of the distributor cap. Get everything out of the way. Then you're going to want to use mine was just a Phillips head screwdriver to remove these 2 mounting screws on either side. At that point, you can take your cap off, set that aside. There you can see your rotor. This is responsible for distributing the spark to each of the spark plugs. Next thing you can do, look on the side of the distributor and you can see the mounting bolt location right down there. I've already removed mine, so it's not there, but you'll want to remove that next. I think it was a 1/2 inch bolt for me. After you get that out, you can take your actual distributor out of the engine. Before you want to do this though, you want to mark where your distributor where your rotor was pointing in relation to your distributor housing. So make a little mark where it's pointing right here, and you can pull it out. It's going to want to twist a little as you're doing that. And here's your distributor removed from the engine, and that's how you remove a distributor on an 88 Cherokee or similar model. Next thing you're going to want to do when you replace it is to scrape the gasket off of the seal right there, and I've already done that. Best way to do that is to take a razor blade or a scraper of some sort. Be really careful. You don't want to scratch that surface, but you do want to make sure you get all the old gasket off. After you do that, go ahead and take your new gasket. I'm going to place it around the shaft here in the distributor so it seats right. Make sure not to tear it. Then installation is basically the same as removal, but opposite. So when you install it back into the motor, you see that slot down there. That's what you got to get lined up in the same position that you took it out. So that's why we made a mark on our distributor cap. If you have moved the engine or started the engine, or cranked over the engine I should say, since you've taken it out, you're going to have to follow a different procedure to get it lined up in the correct way. But if you don't turn your engine over between removing it and installing it, then just make sure you get it in the same position you took it out. And when you want to do this, you want to turn it about 1/8 of a turn counterclockwise when putting it back in. So these cogs on this gear, when they align with the cog inside the motor there, it's gonna twist the rotor a little bit, so you want to account for that when you're installing it. So I'm going to go ahead and slide it down. Make sure I don't get that seal pinched in there. And I think we're right about where we want to be. Yep, that's where I removed it from. Make sure everything's good to go. Then basically you're going to install that mounting bolt on the side here. You're going to put your cap back on, put in your 2 screws that keep the cap on, reinstall the wiring harness, and then put the plugs back on top in the same order that you removed them. And that is how you replace a distributor or distributor mounting seal or distributor cap on an '88 Jeep Cherokee or similar model. Thanks for watching.